Today in crypto, market sentiment sees a massive positive surge as the Bitcoin halving gets closer and closer by the minute. Another raft of very bullish factors signal that the market could be preparing for more moves higher as new buyers flood the market with billions of dollars backing them. And the latest Ethereum news is bringing Bitcoin to decentralized finance. The Crypto Lark, this is where you subscribe for all of the hottest and all of the latest happening out there in the wild land of crypto. And for those of you who are new to crypto, make sure to check out my beginner's course called Cryptocurrency Explained. It will walk you through all of the basics to help you get started investing in Bitcoin with confidence. There's a link down below where you can learn more. So let's go ahead and dive into the charts to get started off with today. Bitcoin is currently trading around $8,700, cooling off after an absolutely crazy run that saw the price of Bitcoin almost hit $9,500. Makes me wonder if we're going to start seeing a bit of a consolidation now between that $8,400 and $8,900 zone, areas of course of support and resistance, before making a big breakout to move the prices higher. A nice cool off period after that insane move. It's normal, it's healthy. Nothing surprising there. If that local area of support at $8,400 though does break, then watch for the 200-day moving average as a key line of support. As long as we are above that line, I am bullish on the market. If we saw a retest and a bounce off of the 200-day moving average, that would be super awesome to see, actually. Now, looking upwards, we need to break $10,000, and to break that line of resistance on the weekly that has been holding Bitcoin down since like 2017. So breaking over $10,000 would crack that barrier, and it would also be an incredibly important barrier from a psychological perspective to actually be breaking over, since a 5-figure Bitcoin is going to drive even more interest and really help spark that retail mania even more. The Bitcoin Fear and Greed Index has seen a significant reversal this week. It is now sitting at 40, nearly doubling since last week when it was 21. Now we're still in a fear zone, but it's definitely great to see positive sentiment building again in the market and really pushing Bitcoin forward. Google Trends are also showing just an absolutely insane surge in interest in the Bitcoin halving. The current search volume is now dwarfing interest in the Bitcoin halving back in 2016. Awareness around Bitcoin, it has grown exponentially in the last 4 years. This is setting us up perfectly for the coming bull run. Also, some fun anecdotal evidence. I asked this question today on Twitter. Have you had any friends reaching out about Bitcoin in the last 48 hours? A massive amount of the answers are yes. It is hard to ignore Bitcoin's 100% plus rally in the last few weeks, and it's even harder to ignore the fact that Bitcoin is the best performing asset of 2020. So it's not surprising to get those phone calls or Facebook messages from old college buddies. Hey, you still into that Bitcoin thing? Yeah, I'm still into that Bitcoin thing. Another interesting data point is that the short-term holder, NUPL, has now entered into the hope zone. So as you can see from the chart here, staying above this zone has previously indicated the start of major bull markets for Bitcoin. Maybe the halving will give us that momentum to well and truly push this run into high gear. A big thank you to Crypto.com for sponsoring today's episode. So the big news from Crypto.com this week, they are running an incredible $1 million sale of Bitcoin at a whopping 50% discount. And you can buy up to $200 of that Bitcoin at a 50% discount without needing to stake any CRO tokens on the exchange. Although token stakers can buy more of the discounted Bitcoin, all you need to do is to start an exchange account with the Crypto.com exchange. Unfortunately, US citizens are prohibited from this sale. The sale will be taking place on May 12th. So get ready and get registered on the exchange to be able to take advantage of that sale. And they're also giving away $100,000 worth of Bitcoin just for retweeting the sales tweet over on Twitter. Easy money, free Bitcoin. Get on it, guys. The other Crypto.com news is that the ever popular Crypto.com debit card is now rolling out across the UK, and card users can enjoy up to 10% back on groceries and food delivery with newly added brands like Aldi, Waitrose, Whole Foods, and Tesco, among others. And a reminder that the card is also available in the USA, New Zealand, Australia, and soon the whole of the EU, as well as, of course, in the UK. You can get up to 5% crypto back rewards for every single swipe of the card, and sweet perks like free Netflix and free Spotify, depending on the tier of your card. And as a super awesome bonus, you can get $50 in free crypto when reserving a Ruby Red tier card or higher. There's a link down below where you can get signed up and get your $50 bonus. So here is a bit of interesting data that I wanted to share with you. So the total stablecoin supply, it is now at $9.68 billion, probably more. That data's from yesterday. It's been growing so fast, it's crazy. In fact, it's grown by around 70% since the start of the year. 83% of the total stablecoin supply, it's in Tether. USDC is only around 7.5%. Tether had just been on a crazy printing spree. I mean, they printed just another $80 million today. I wish that Paxos or DAI or USDC would actually be getting more adoption from traders, but exchanges keep pushing USDT. Tether, it's just so damn shady, man. But anyway, talking about Tether's many shortcomings is not why I brought this up. I bring this up to you because in 2019, we saw the market cap of stablecoins increase from around $2.5 billion up to around $4.5 billion, which was without a doubt a major factor in pushing Bitcoin from $3,000 all the way up to $14,000 in 2019. The entire market cap of stablecoins has basically doubled in just the last few months. And so what has happened now in 2020? Well, the entire market cap of stablecoins has basically doubled in just the last few months. And just what do you think that is going to do to the markets? Smell that? I smell it. I smell a big run coming. That's what I smell. And that will be something well beyond this current little bump that we've had in the market, especially as we cross over and beyond the Bitcoin halving into the next real market cycle. Now, another bit of evidence to support this thesis of a mega run coming just around the corner is that Binance has hit $11 billion in trading volume over the past 24 hours, which is a new all-time high. The previous all-time high was just shy of $11 billion, and that happened way, way, way back in January 2018. So just stop. Let that sink in for a moment. Binance just did more volume yesterday than at the height of the last bull run. And Bitcoin is still under $10,000. Hold on to your butts, guys, because something big is brewing out there. Because this recent run-up, it was fundamentally different from many of the smaller runs that we've seen happen over the last year, because it was mostly spot exchange volume that drove Bitcoin up to $9,500. It was not the futures markets leading this time. Spot markets, of course, are much more representative of real retail demand, people coming and buying Bitcoin and putting it in their Ledger hardware wallets. But just maybe the Federal Reserve had a little something to do with this big Bitcoin pump. Maybe not. But anyway, the Fed Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell has said in a press conference earlier this week that the Fed won't run out of money. We've heard these lines before, of course, but he said it is an unlimited pot of money. The money printing is not done. There will be printing. Oh, printing. Printing they will. Crazy. They're going to buy up the junk bonds. They're going to give Wall Street even more liquidity. Basically all the money they want. Expand the balance sheet to infinity. Heck, why do they even have a balance sheet anymore? It's just a big joke anyway. The whole thing's a giant sham fiat currency. Anyway, watching your local government issued paper printed into irrelevance, it's a sad state of affairs. And if that doesn't sound awesome to you, if that's not something you want to watch happen to your wealth, then buy Bitcoin. Bitcoin, of course, is the life raft away from this madness. Now let's move on to some Ethereum news. It seems that Grayscale is buying half of all newly mined Ethereum in 2020. That's a lot of Ethereum. Grayscale has bought 756,000 Ethereum since the start of this year, and it now holds around 1% of all of Ethereum's circulating supply. This is a big story because it shows that institutional investors, increasingly, they are demanding Ethereum. Yes, Bitcoin remains number one for Grayscale, but this Ethereum growth, it is incredible to see and has even outpaced Bitcoin on some of the shorter time frames for Grayscale's purchasing patterns. So very, very interesting to see that happening. Next up, the MakerDAO community has voted to whitelist TBTC, a wrapped Bitcoin ERC20 token, to approve its ETH BTC price oracles. This is widely seen as a first step towards implementing Bitcoin as collateral for makers' loans, and it would be a great step towards actually enabling more decentralized finance functionality for Bitcoin. So pretty cool to see it happen. But that being said, another DeFi bug has resulted in the loss of more money. This time it was only around $30,000 worth of Ethereum. This happened on a platform called Hedgic. So just one missing letter S, just one letter missing in the code resulted in the loss. Well, the platform has actually promised to repay any losses to the users. This story is not actually noteworthy because just another day of DeFi bugs. And of course, not because of really the small amount of Ethereum that was lost, but this story is actually really interesting because this code, it had been fully audited. And this tiny mistake was still missed, which just serves as a reminder that DeFi, while totally revolutionary in the scope of what it's aiming to do to disrupt the financial industry, still has risks. And even if someone says, hey, we've been audited, auditors can miss things too, so keep it in mind. Next up, Chainlink and Tezos are teaming up with Chainlink's oracles, providing price feeds for the Tezos network. This is likely a first step towards releasing wrapped Bitcoin on Tezos as part of the infrastructure being built out for Tezos-based decentralized finance. Of course, the future of DeFi is multi-chain, not just on one chain. And the future of crypto is also multi-chain. It won't just be Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the tip of the spear, but there's a lot coming behind the tip of the spear. So your question for today, have you been contacted by any friends or family recently asking you about Bitcoin? Would really be curious to know if you've been getting these phone calls or these Facebook messages from people saying, hey man, you still into that Bitcoin thing? And how can I get some? Be very curious to see if you've been getting those messages or not down below in the comment section. Thank you so much as always for watching today's video. You guys are totally awesome. So thank you so much for supporting the channel. Your support means everything, and this dude on the internet talking about cryptocurrency is not possible without your support, so thank you so much. And of course, if you did enjoy today's video, hit that thumbs up button and make sure to subscribe to the channel if you are new around here. Long live the blockchain, and peace out till next time.